Happy Sunday, everyone. Good to have you here. I don't know how many are in here yet, but good to have everybody on board. It's been a little while since I've done anything, not many videos, not many. We had a loss in our family the last week, and everything has been just crazy. So I'm glad to be able to at least get something out and to communicate with everybody. Let me see if we have anybody still joining in. It looks like there's a few on board here, which is good. And I appreciate everybody for being here. So, Nick, 1828 says, Afternoon, Bop. Hope you and everyone here still has 10 figures after fireworks last night. Yeah. Nona and I have had a crazy last couple weeks. So, we just went to bed early. We didn't even stay up for fireworks. So, we're kind of boring. So, Calder, hey, Bob, how are you and your family are doing well? Well, we've been through a hard time, but we are doing well now. So yes, we're trying to get back on track with everything. So thank you for your concern, and thank you for everybody. My channel members know because I put something on I think it was the Discord, but thank you for all your thoughts and prayers during our tough time recently. Juan Garcia, good afternoon, Bop. Good to see you, Juan. Just Gaming says, hey, RM, good to have you here, Just Gaming. Chad's Money Minutes. Hey, I saw your thing yesterday, Chad, and I appreciate being called him who shall not be named. I think that's the way that you put it. So, and you know what? I like Comfort Plus too, and I like Main Cabin Extra. Just different semantics, different terminology. So, Coder says, afternoon. Good to have you here, Coder. And then Coder gifts 10 Rewards Master memberships. Thank you, Coder. Appreciate that so very much. And if you receive one of those, make sure to give him a thanks in the comments. AS1234 is here. It says hello. Good to have you here. Chad said, thanks, Coder. Well, all right. Chad got one. That's great. George Rommel is here and says, sorry to hear that. Miss your live on Friday. Well, I'll get back into them. We are doing a lot of traveling. The tragedy we faced in our family happened at a very inconvenient time. And there's a fly flying around in my office. So if you see that, you know what that is. But because we are heading to our annual Lake Tahoe trip on Thursday, and we're excited about that. I've got some of that in our slides going forward. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. Coder says, my prayers are with you and your family. I appreciate that, Coder, very much. The Real Jay Sir says, hello, everyone. Good to have you here, Jay. And Keg Tap 1414. Hey, RM and everyone. Hey, Keg, good to have you with us. And Jessica Wynn is here as usual. Hey, RM, all the best for you and your family. Well, I appreciate it very much. It's been a difficult time, especially for Nona. Keep her in your prayers as we go forward. Calderds is here. It says Lake Tahoe is awesome. Yep, this is my 25th year going for work. I run a big conference there. And so I was a speaker on the conference for several years, and then I took over in about 2016 or so, and I've been the director since that point. So we go every single year. What a terrible thing to have to go for work to Lake Tahoe every single year. So it's been a good time, and I know we'll have a good time. So we will appreciate that after everything we've gone through the last little bit. Rita is here and says, thank you very much. Yay me. You must have got one of the memberships. Thank you, Coder, for that. All right. Well, good to have everybody here. As far as what I have in regard to my slides today, I don't know. I started it way towards the end. So let me move back. Just making sure everything showed up beforehand. All right, our weekly topics we always go through, new developments, travel report, and centerpiece. I can't get to every new development because, as I said, I've been completely out of touch for the most part. I have watched a few videos, but even that I've not been. I mean, usually I do that when I'm mowing my gigantic yard, and so my yard's out of control, so I'll be catching up on a lot of that. So as far as what's going on with different things in the credit card community, some of you may have to inform me on some of that. So we'll move forward with it. But then travel report, I'll talk a little bit about Tahoe. We love going there. We go there every year in the summertime. And It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And then the centerpiece, I think, will be interesting for some of you who juggle a lot of credits like I do. So hopefully that'll be helpful to you. So the first new development, the $50 apology credit. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if any of you received this, but on Nona's American Express Platinum card, on July the 1st, I opened up the app, and sure enough, right there, I'm like, why did we get a $50 Saks credit? But I think it was called a Goodwill credit. And sure enough, it said $50 Saks Goodwill credit. And it turns out that that was just American Express, I guess, being cool because they'd taken away their Saks credit, which I don't really blame them for that. They kind of have to. Saks is going out of business. So I mean, what are they supposed to do? But I thought it was a kind of a cool gesture just to give card members 50 bucks. Now, from what I've heard, because I have listened to some videos, from what I've heard, this doesn't go to everybody. It goes to people. Nona's only had the card maybe 6 months. So it seems like it's only gone to people who maybe the card is fairly new. But it was goodwill gesture for me. I really appreciated receiving that $50 just and not having to make a purchase to get it. So I thought that was really, really cool. Free Music says, hello, Bop and the RM community. Good to have you here, Free Music. Great to have you on board this afternoon. Coder says, I got it, but I swapped for the regular platinum to CS plat this year. Okay. Swapped, but you still got it. Good. Glad to hear that you got it. All right. So let me see how many we got. 33 on board. That's pretty good for 2:30 on a Sunday afternoon here in the Central Time Zone. And it looks like, let's see how many likes we got so far. Looks like it's not showing me how many likes. 12 likes. So 33 people, 12 likes. I think we can do a few more than that, don't you think? Maybe get the algorithm boosted up. That would be very, very helpful. Cold Air says, haven't seen the credits yet on my personal vanilla platinums. All right. Well, if they're older than a year old, you might not. That's the reports that I've been hearing. So we'll see about that. All right. Let me go to the next slide. Lake Tahoe. We go every July to Lake Tahoe. As I said, I run a conference there, and it's under a big tent, and it's just really a beautiful, beautiful scene. So I just included some photos from the past. So whenever we go to California, it is absolutely imperative in Nona's mind that we run through. In fact, it's always as soon as we land, we get our rental car, and on the way to my son's house, because that's where we always stay in Sacramento before we go up to Tahoe, we are running through, and I can drive there in my sleep. We've been through there so much. Driving through the drive-through on the way to his house, that is for In-N-Out Burger. Because Nona grew up out in California, and she is an In-N-Out Burger lover. I mean, she loves it. And so she's going to get fries and a burger and milkshake or whatever it may be. And it's just non-negotiable. It has to happen. And if Nona wants it, she gets it. So we always go to In-N-Out Burger. Now I'll tell you, this is my hot take on In-N-Out Burger. And I don't talk about this with Nona a lot because she gets just plumb irritated if I don't act like In-N-Out Burger's the greatest thing ever. I like their burgers and I like them a lot, but their fries, I don't think their fries are all that great. I think they're kind of spongy, especially if you don't eat them right when they're hot. They get a little spongy. So, yeah, that's just how I see it. But she loves it. Calder says both under 1 year. Okay, well, I hope you do get it then. At least you got a shot at it that way. Oscar is here. Oscar, haven't received a credit, but I used the credit for the first half of 2026 on a gift card that I haven't used yet. Held the platinum since December 2025. Okay, well, if you used it, you probably won't get it then. Nick, 1828, Whataburger was better than In-N-Out, in my opinion. Yeah, they're building a Whataburger in our town right now. So I'm quite excited about that. And we do like Whataburger. We like it a lot. So we're excited for that construction to be completed. Hunter McDonald. Hunter says it's okay. Not great, not bad. Yeah. I mean, I like their burgers. I think their burgers are quite tasty, but the fries they're kind of spongy to me. So hot take, I know, for some people. Calderas, do you drive through Mammoth, Yosemite to get to Tahoe from Sacramento? No, you just go up like through Placerville and up that way. It's about an hour and half, hour and 45 minutes, something like that. And we fly to Sacramento. We used to fly to Reno, but it's not much farther to go to Sacramento because Sacramento, the rental cars are like a third of the price, half the price at the most. And the flights are cheaper to get into there. So that's where we always go. And my son lives there and our grandchild. So then our daughter in law. So we definitely like to go through there anyway. Free music. I always knew Nona was top notch. Being an In and Out fan just proves it. Yep. She is top notch. Maybe not the best taste in French fries, but top notch. That's for sure. Calderas. Oh, and by the way, when we're in Tahoe, I'm hoping to get Nona to do one of these lives with me so we can just talk about her perspective on our travels and things. I hope everybody will enjoy that. So we were going to do it this last week, but with the stuff in our family and the loss that we experienced, it was funeral and all that. It just was, we were out of touch on everything. So Calderas, you need to ask for the fries cooked, well done, extra crispy. Okay. I'll try to do that because like I said, I don't like spongy fries. So, Pro Western's good to have you here, Pro Western. $50 apology credit came in on my new MS Plaid. I also used the Saks credit. Got both. Oh, hey, talk about a winner. That's awesome. Yuri is here. Hey, Yuri. Happy 250th Independence to the USA. Would not be possible without credit banknotes, predecessor of credit cards from the French and the Dutch. That's a really good observation. And as a historian, I appreciate it. In fact, we went and saw Young Washington yesterday. And, I thought it's going to be probably lower quality. It's not a major studio production. And I thought, will this be good at all? I didn't know. It was great. And I say that as a historian. And I double checked facts. It was great. The acting was good. The cinematography was great. So Young Washington was I was impressed by it. Very patriotic film. Okay, let's see. We have 39 watching and 24 likes. So please hit that like button if you haven't done that yet. Let's go to the next slide here. Well, there's Nona and I, by the way. That's at Camp Richardson. That's where we spend a lot of time usually. And when we're in South Lake Tahoe, beautiful. There's one of the docks out on Lake Tahoe on the right-hand side. There's another view on the left of Camp Richardson and just some views of the trees and the mountains on the right. So we absolutely, absolutely love it and get to go every year. So we're very, very blessed in that way. Okay, the centerpiece today is credit overload. And I don't mean credit as far as credit limits or how much you can spend on your cards. That's never an overload. But yeah, it is when it comes to all these credits to try to get back the value on your card and more value, which I do well at, but sometimes I'm just like this guy in the photo, like, oh, this is so much to manage. And I just was going to go through them all today and just get some of your experiences with these as well. Let's see. Yuri says, saw Young Washington yesterday with my 11-year-old son. He loved it. I liked it too. Lots of CGI. I'm old school. I'm an old school. Okay. I liked it too. I mean, I thought it was really good and historically way more accurate than many, many historical films, which was just cool because it was a great story and it was pretty much true. So, Rob Knopper Studio. Hey, RM. My hotel credit dilemma is this. I have so many credit card hotel credits that I'm all booked up through next summer. So I'm choosing between using the Edit 250 credit versus, see the next message, using the Amex offer that earns 15K MR points for spending 700 at an I'm assuming it's LHR hotel. Hard choice. What would you do? I would personally use my Edit credit. I just think cash back is going to be better in that situation than those points. If I had to choose between, I'd probably try to find a way to do both, but I prioritize credits over everything, but maybe I shouldn't all the time. But I don't know, 15,000 MR points versus $350. It's close. It's close. All right. So On the credits, let's just start diving in. Tracking massive amounts of credits. These are all real credits, and I know I missed some because I didn't include Equinox. I didn't include Aura Ring. I mean, some of those to me are just useless credits, so I didn't even include them because I was running out of space on my slides. But these are all credits I track. All credits, for the most part. I'm going to talk about one that's an exception to this, but for the most part, I get most of these back. Now, on the monthly credits, I would say on average, I get 10 to 11 of the 12 months on most of my credits. I have missed one here and there, but I don't miss them very often because this is just part of my hobby. This is part of what I do on a weekly and a monthly basis. I'm like, what credits do I need to get? And I think, tell me if all of y'all are that way. I think most of us who are deep into this and playing this game on expert mode, we have so much of this stuff to manage, and I don't mind to manage it, but sometimes I do feel like that. But most of the time, it's just the fun game, right? It's the game, and I love the game, so it's and I want to win the game. And when I look at the pain of what these credits are, but then I look back over the year at how much I got back, I feel a satisfaction of victory because, okay, yeah, I paid you $900, but you gave me back $2,200 in credits, or I got all those points without, I know some of us don't like effective annual fees, and I don't really use that terminology either. Sometimes maybe, but not all the time, because I just look at it as, what are you giving me back? And they're giving me back sometimes much, much, much more in value than I'm paying for the annual fee. And that to me is a measurement of victory. It's exciting to me. Hunter McDonald, what do you think of the Built Palladium video of your, want to thank you for your Built Palladium video. I used the link and love the card. Thank you for using that link. That's 2,500 points in my account, and I appreciate it very, very much. I'm glad you're loving the card. I'm loving it too. I haven't gotten to use it very much lately because, as I've said, I'm working on a lot of sign-up bonuses. This is the time of year I do that. So probably the next 3 months after, so August, September, October, probably won't be doing any more sign-up bonuses, and I'll be hitting the Palladium hard, hard, hard. So, but yeah, I kind of miss using it because I really love it as well. So thank you, Hunter, for that. I appreciate it. Okay, so 30 plus watching, 25 likes. That's pretty good ratio there. That's good. Thank you for that, everyone. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Okay, the first are my set it and forget it credits. Now, what I mean by this is you set them up on automatic payment or whatever it may be. And oh, I forgot one here. I realized I forgot one. So I'll just mention it first off. My cell phone, well, it's not a credit. So no, I didn't forget one. I was going to mention my cell phone bill goes on my Ink cash card because I get 5X and that's just automatic, but that's not really a credit. So we won't count it. But Walmart Plus, we get Walmart Plus on 2 different cards, but the MX Platinum card is the one that we've got activated on it. And so we love Walmart Plus. Excuse me. It gives us our Paramount Plus for free. It also gives us, just the benefit of getting our groceries delivered way out on our farm, which is just fantastic for free. And so we love our Walmart Plus. It gives us cheaper gas. Love it. And that is a set it and forget it credit on the American Express Platinum card. Then also on the Platinum card, we have our digital entertainment credit. And that is just, we get the full credit on that every year because we have plenty of services that we watch. So it's just paid through that. I did as many of them as I could through Hulu. That way, like the HBO is still billed through Hulu. And so things like that. And it gives us that credit. So that's easy. Set it and forget it. Chat GPT. Now that's supposed to be American Express Business Platinum and American Express Business Gold. That's a set it, forget it for 6 months. And then after 6 months, I switched the billing to get it with the Amex Business Gold. So that's given me back $600 right there just on set it and forget it credit, which I use Chat GPT Business every single day. So that's very, very helpful. And then Clear. Nona and I's Clear are on our American Express Platinum and our Aspire card. And so those are set it and forget it credits. So, Calder's Platinum, Palladium had to be the number one gardening car right now. Okay. Yeah, it's really good for gardening because if you're waiting between sign up bonuses, you got good multipliers in the meantime. Free music. I canceled my Amex Gold because I got tired of chasing the monthly credits. I could break even between the annual fee and the credits, but I put my grocery spend on City Custom Cash and get 5x with no annual fee. Yeah, that's a good move. I don't have a gold card anymore either. Neither does Nona. And we've had them. We've had them for years and years and used them. But I have zero use for an American Express gold card. Where would you use it if you were me? I don't need the dining category. I get higher than 4x on dining in what I would argue is a better ecosystem, which is City, because I use so much AA. And then I get grocery. We shop at Walmart because they're the only place that'll deliver to our house. So what use would the Amex Gold be in my wallet? So we canceled them both and we haven't regretted it. We haven't missed out on anything because of that. Yes, I know they have some other things, but so I was just chasing those credits every month without any benefit from having the card. So I'm like, do I need the Dunkin' that bad? And do I want to have to remember one more time to do Grubhub and all of that? So yeah, I'm with you on that free music. Mike RT says, Thrifty Traveler just updated benefit tracking tool and it's really helpful and it's free. Cool. I just use a spreadsheet. It's incorporated with my budget. And like I said, I check it every week and then I check it on a different level every month just to make sure. And I've checkbox areas on there. So I put a check in there, an X actually, when I get them taken care of. So, but yeah, if you need a tracking tool, that's great that they have something like that. The real J, sir. Good to have you here, sir. It's been I've been combining my Amex Gold Uber credit with Uber discounts for dog food, saving $30 a month on Uber Eats for dog food to make the $10 credit even better. Hey, that's a play. That's a play. That's good. That's a way to think it through. That's how a gamer is going to do this for sure. And Oscar says, I'm with free music. The Amex Gold monthly credits to me are just not worth it to be remembering to use. Canceling at the year mark. Knew it was going in, but was targeted for 100K offer, so why not? Yeah. And we'll never probably have another Amex Gold unless we downgrade to it for a short time or whatever because of those reasons. I just don't see us needing it in the future. All right, getting back to our slides. So those are the set it and forget it credits. Monthly credits. Okay. These are the monthly credits I keep track of. Grubhub on the American Airlines Executive Card. It's $10 a month. It's really weird because they do it by statement date, not by a month. So it's not from like the 1st to the 30th. It is by statement date. So sometimes it gets me because I'm like, well, I need to use this month because I don't have it broken out by statement date on my spreadsheet. So I just try to remember, use it in the last half of the month every month. Then if you forget, use it in the first of the next month because it's about the middle of the month that it changes over. So that one's a little bit annoying, but I probably get it 10 times a year. So I get $100 back on that every year. The Lyft credit on the A Executive. The Lyft credit on the A Executive is the stupidest credit ever. And I take a lot of Lyft rides, but when I'm traveling, but I have never gotten back the $10 on the Lyft credit because you have to take 3 rides and those 3 rides have to be in the same month. And then you get the credit on your 4th ride in the month, which is just, I'm not even going to think about that. That is just too much. So there's a credit that's utterly unused in my setup. Then we have a ride share credit with a United Explorer. Just starting to learn that. I upgraded from my Gateway card to the Explorer card because of the discounts with United Airlines on that. But they have a $5 a month rideshare credit. So I can put $20 in my Uber account and get back $5. And I tried it, but then I was like, why haven't I gotten back the $5? Rookie mistake, but I had not activated it. So always activate your stuff. But I've activated it now. I'll try it again this month, see how it works. Uber, American Express Platinum. You know how that works. Get $15 a month, just automatically deposited in your Uber account. Got to use it before the end of the month. So I usually use that for Uber Eats, sometimes for Uber if we're traveling. Office supply stores. This is $20 a month with the American Express Business Gold. I usually go and buy some kind of gift card for Uber, Lyft, something like that, and then just put it into my account. So I get that 20 bucks a month. I use the 15 Uber on Amex Platinum every month. I use the office supply every single month. So I always get that full $240 back. Resi with the Delta Platinum is $10 a month. We have one Resi restaurant in my town, but I love it. It's right next to my, well, a mile away from my office. So I just go by there once a month and buy a $10 gift card. I do have to pay a credit card fee of like 45 cents or something, but I do get that gift card and I save them up and then take all my kids to dinner when they're here. And then I do that also with the Resi on the American Express Platinum once a quarter. So I do the same thing. So they love me there when I take in a big group because I hand them $200 gift cards and then a whole stack of $10 gift cards. So they got to love that. But you know what? It works. So I do it. Rideshare, Delta Platinum. So that's $10 a month. So I put into my Lyft account and I have to do it in $25 increments. So I eat $10, $15 a month on this, but it just sits there in my Lyft account and I'm going to use it when I travel. So I don't have a problem with that. Get the $10 pretty much every month on that. And then this one's not credit card related, but I have a bank account, a checking account that pays me almost 5%. But the requirement is you have to do a ACH once a month. So I pay a bill with it once a month. And then you have to, and I usually, sometimes I'll do $10 on one of my cards and then just do the rest on another. And just to get that ACH out of the way. And then I do 10 debit card swipes. And there have been times I've went into Walmart while I'm waiting for pharmacy or waiting for the auto care center to work on, changing my tires or whatever. And I'll just go and buy, we talked about the 3 bananas thing. I've done that with my debit card just to get 10 swipes because I put everything else on my credit cards. But I want that it's like 4.85% earning on my checking account. So yeah, I want that. So that's another one. And the only reason I put it on here is because it's another one on my budget that I have to keep track of every month. Have I done my 10 debit card swipes? So, okay, let's go back to some comments. Oscar says, oh no, the AA exec Lyft credit. Only credit that comes close to being as dumb as the CSR DoorDash one. Terrible credits. Yeah, it's awful. It is absolutely awful. In fact, and some of you will be surprised, but Bop is thinking about downgrading his AA executive card. And I know I went to 30 plus AA lounges last year, but here's the thing. I'm going to keep the Globe because the Globe card is not a great card, but man, oh man, it gives me an easy 15,000 loyalty points every year and a free, a $99 companion cert. Easy to use, easy to get my money back. And that card does give 4 Admirals Club passes. We have the Elite card, gives 4 more Admirals Club passes. And then because of Amex's changes with the Platinums, we're going to switch our preferred airline to American, and that'll buy 6 more passes. So that, 6 plus 4, 10, that gives us 14 passes to AA lounges. I'm thinking that's maybe going to be enough, and I don't have to put up with the AA executive card being really the only way the AA executive card pays for itself is if you are chasing higher status, it helps, but is you got to use the lounges enough. But it's $595. I'm just trying to reevaluate that. Not sure yet. Nick, $15 minimum on MPX and just load to Uber account. Oh, okay. $15 minimum on Mileage Plus X and just load to your Uber account. Okay. Very good. Very good. And it codes as rideshare. That's going to be great. Thank you, Nick. That's very, very helpful. I'm going to give you a golf clap on that one, Nick. That's awesome. Coder says, I really wish the CSE had like one more good credit on it. I do too. But I'm not dissatisfied with the CSE. I mean, I think it's pretty decent. And I mean, it's not one that you're getting back massive value, but you are getting at least break even. At least you are if you use the black lane. And we love the black lane. We're getting ready to use it again this fall. So, um, yeah, it's not too bad. Mike RT, hey Mike, says I almost wish Chase would cancel the small DoorDash and Instacart credits so I don't feel obligated to use them. I know it's a burden on our mind. I mean, right? It's like the credits that you try to find. I spend too much time trying to find ways to use stupid credits. I mean, I know that about myself, but I'm going to blame it on the banks, not on the way I am. And then Coder says, what bank account is that? It's just a local bank that's only here. And so it wouldn't be helpful to anybody else. But if you look around at your local banks, I mean, the ones that have like 2 branches, you would be surprised. Now it's up to, I think it's not my main account, but it's up to like 25K. If you have 25K in the account up to that amount, they'll pay 4.75. So that's better than my high yield savings. So yeah, it's pretty good. By the way, the bank's called CBNS. If you want to check it out, maybe they'll let you open up an account somewhere else. Mike Newland gifted 10 Rewards Master memberships. Hey, my good friend Mike, good to see you, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you so much for that. And if you receive either one of those or one of the ones that Coder gifted, make sure to thank them. Josh Cook says, I use MPX2, can confirm it codes as rideshare. Awesome. That's exciting. Well, it's with United, so and it's a United card, so it should. Mike Newland reporting in from Cancun. Sitting on the beach, Mike. I hope you're having a great time. We haven't been to Cancun in many years, but we loved it when we were there. I went there for a conference one time, and it took Nona, and we had a great time. Vicky Arnold, I have AA American Airlines card, $99 fee. Great job on YouTube. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that, and I hope you're enjoying that card. The real J, sir, says, well, I lost it there. There we go. Nice with the MPX. I'm not familiar with that, so I'll dig into it. Yeah, Mileage Plus X. I am familiar with Mileage Plus X. I use it all the time, but I just hadn't used it for rideshare. That's going to be very helpful to get that credit back. All right, let's go to the next slide. So that's the monthly credits. Quarterly credits. Okay, these ones, there's fewer of these, but man, they're oppressive. I mean, it's that not that we don't like them, we do, but we almost forgot the Lululemon with all the crazy stuff in our family going on. In fact, it was the last day, and I'm hoping it triggers because it does say on my account that it went through June the 30th. But the Lululemon credit, Amex Platinum, $75 every quarter, and Nona just got on there and she'd had a hard couple of weeks, so I said just to order something. I mean, at least we'll get $75 of it back. So she got her something nice, and I think she likes it. Resi, Amex Platinum, $100 every quarter. Always get that because if we're not going to go eat there, I always go by and get a gift card, no problem. Hilton, the American Express Business Platinum. That one, the Hilton credit on the MX Business Platinum is hard for me. In fact, I let one of those go, and I only got $12 of it because I bought something. Something to drink at a Hilton when we were at the Sacramento Creator Meetup for me and my son, and that coded. But that quarter I lost it. The next quarter I got it because I actually went to a Hilton. But in my town, I don't think any of the Hiltons have a restaurant. So I guess I'm going to end up, if we don't find occasion to use it, and we're going to be traveling this quarter, so we will. But if we don't find occasion to use it, I think it's going to be one of them deals where I'm buying a bunch of Hot Pockets like Dugras does. I'm not sure, but I'm going to get that credit. They're going to pay me that $50. So at least give me free Hot Pockets. We'll see. And then Grubhub on the AA Executive. Why did I put that under quarterly credits? Oh, well, I made a mistake on that, but that was that one's a monthly credit, not a quarterly. All right, no more comments right this moment. Yeah, we have a few. Coder says APB preferred airline is super underrated. Great option for domestic flights. Okay. Okay. And Ritpa says, hello. Good to have you, Ritpa. Free Music says, I keep waiting for Built to activate their Black Lane ride for $100 Bilt cash. I could use it in the next month and I have access Bilt cash to spend. Let's go Bilt. Yeah, I'm excited about that too, because at the end of the year, if we have a bunch of Bilt cash that's not going to roll over, I'm going to be doing stuff like Black Lane. I'm going to be doing staycations with the $100. I am not good. Or has anybody thought of this? I'm just going to pay extra on my house payment, on my mortgage payment. I mean, let me know. Does that work? Because they let you decide how much you pay. So why not just pay down principal? I mean, if you have to, and use more Bilt cash for that. To me, that seems like a good idea to get more points. Has anybody done any of that? But to me, that's what I'll do in the final month in December. And I bet they'll have a lot of people doing that. Kind of the opposite this quarter. I've been delaying things till the quarterly and second half hits. Booked a bunch of stuff July 1st. Okay, cool. So you're getting ahead on the third quarter. Got it. Rob Knopper. So the Mileage Plus X does every gift card you can buy code like the merchant for sport. Not all of them. Not all of them. I'll tell you one that's super annoying because we love to eat there. Texas Roadhouse is the only restaurant I know on there that doesn't code as a restaurant. It codes as a gift card. So on my City Prestige, I get 1X. But Outback, Applebee's, Longhorns, all those don't seem to have an issue coding as a restaurant. But Texas Roadhouse. So I assume if it's true with one, it could be true of others. So sometimes you just got to see. Coder says it does work. I think you're talking about paying extra on your mortgage. So, I mean, that sounds awesome to me. That's like saving money in the long term. I mean, so they're paying me points to save money? That sounds awesome. So I'm excited about that. That's what I'm going to use extra Bilt cash for. Ripa, yes, Bilt lets you pay extra. I do it every month. That's awesome. Mike RT says Bilt works for HELOC payments. Okay. Don't have one, but that for a lot of people, I'm sure that's super good. And Kale Mary, hey, Bop, I know you hate that $10 executive lift credit, but every World Elite card gets $5 after 3 rides. The exec just doubles it. So it's actually the best version of that awful credit. See, I didn't even know about that dumb credit, the $5. So yeah, it's the best. So what a great mantra. We have the best of the worst credit. That could be their mantra. And Coder says, I'm wondering if Bilt sees a big drop off of spend in November as people worry about their Bilt cash disappearing. Yeah, I wonder too. But man, if I can pay extra on my mortgage, that's getting paid points to save money because you're saving money. Because you might say, well, yeah, but you're not earning it. Yes, you are. Because if you have less mortgage, then you're paying less interest. So yeah, it's in a roundabout way, they're paying you to invest in a way, which is points to invest, which is really odd, but cool. Very cool. All right, let me see. Let's go to the next one. From there, we have the biannual credit. So these are the ones that have to be used twice a year. The first one that not many of you probably will have access to, but it is something I have to think about, is my 4th night free benefit that's up to twice a year with the City Prestige card. And it is, wow, this is a very, very powerful benefit because it works on a hotel that's $100 a night. So if you can get $400 nights for $300, it works on a hotel that's $1,000 a night. If you were going to spend $4,000 on 4 nights at a hotel, it's $3,000. And it works on a hotel, I would guess, that's $3,000 a night. I mean, I've never seen a restriction on it. So this is a very, very powerful benefit. So Nona and I have at the first of next year a stay at a all-inclusive in the Dominican Republic that I booked with this. It was about $400 a night. So right there, $400 of my $495 annual fee in value back at an all-inclusive. So it's a really cool benefit that I try to utilize as well as I can every year. So the 4th night free, and the upper limit is just unbelievably high. I never am going to hit what value it could give me, but that's a really cool benefit with my Prestige card. See, no more comments right now. My resort. Now I'm including in these credits free night certs. So, because to me, it's just still something that has to be managed and has to be tracked. So we have the resort credit. That's $200 the first half, $200 in the second half. It's not too hard for us to use, even though there's not a resort anywhere near us, because we do go to Vegas periodically. Nona and I love the Vegas hotels. And so we'll go to Vegas and we will, stay one night with an FHR, and the next night we'll stay at the Conrad or Waldorf or something, and we'll use the resort credit. So it's pretty easy to use. And then one stay a year, we usually are in a very nice resort somewhere using our free night cert, and we'll use the resort credit there. So not too hard to use, but we get that. We've gotten that every single year. We've gotten the card full value from it. FHR credit on the Amex Platinum, FHR credit on the Amex Business Platinum. So we've got both of those to use. Then we have the hotel credit with Bilt. That's $200 first half, $200 second half. That can be supplemented with $100 of Bilt cash. Getting ready to book that in the next couple of days for our October trip. Going to use it in Taipei to stay a couple nights at the Shangri-La. Should be a really good deal. Excited about it. Hotel credit for Bilt. Rental car credit with United Explorer. This is $25 twice a year. I don't know if I'm going to use that thing, but maybe. I do think the United Explorer card, if I'm not incorrect, tell me if I'm incorrect, but I do think the United Explorer card actually has primary rental car coverage, if I'm correct about that. So that together with that, it could be, it's $25. So, and then the Black Lane with the Elite card. We love Black Lane. So we've gotten value from Black Lane every 6 months that we've had the card, and intend to keep doing so moving forward. Real J, what's your favorite FHR for Vegas? So far, we haven't done a lot of them yet. We've only done 2 or 3, but so far, I really like the Cosmo. The Cosmo was really nice. I mean, we got a great upgraded room. Nona loved it. It does have a dark vibe to it, so you get like a nightclub feel to it. But man, it's very nice, and they just give you a lot of great benefits. There's lots of great restaurants to use your FHR restaurant benefit at. I really like the Cosmo. Tell me, put in the comments if you've been there. It's really good. Ripa, we have 2 platinums, 3 business with player 2. FHR 5 nights in Prague booked. That's a win. That is a win for sure. Awesome. Vincent Pascal, one of the most inexpensive ways to use FHR is at Cameo Beverly Hills. Hilton Food and Beverage credit stacks on top of FHR benefits. Really? Cameo in Beverly Hills. We might have to plan a trip. Sounds like a good deal. Are the nightly prices reasonable? I mean, is the $300 FHR credit going to cover one night, or what does it do there? So I'd be curious to know. Okay, so moving on to the next slide that we have. Annual hotel credits. Okay, this is in addition to the ones that we just talked about. So not counting the Bilt because it's biannual, not counting like the Aspire credits because those are biannual. So we have a free night certificate on the Aspire card, our favorite free night certificate. I mean, any Hilton property, standard award redemption available in the world. Love it. Did the Conrad Fort Lauderdale last year, did Waldorf Astoria Rome the year before, did the Conrad New York the year before that. We love it. The splurge credit on the AA Globe, it's $100, and you have to book through AA hotels, but I like to book through AA hotels, so that's not a problem for me. I'm going to use that every year. The hotel credit on the Elite card, $300 for a 2-night stay. Pretty easy to use because there's not a price limit on it, so you can stay anywhere. Let me go back to some comments, and then I'll get the rest of them. Okay, Ripa says Vegas lets you do player 1, player 2, player 1 alternating trick. They do, 100%. Rob Knopper Studio, sorry, I know we moved on from Mileage Plus X, but if on Bilt Rent Day with the Obsidian, say I buy $300 of DoorDash or Grubhub gift cards through MPX, is it $6K Bilt plus 1X or 2X United points? Well, it depends on what the they're giving you for United points on those gift cards, but I don't know the answer on what Built's giving on that day. Rent day with the Obsidian, so it'd be 3, it'd be doubled to 6. I don't know. I don't have the Obsidian, so if somebody has it, give an answer. But it seems like it would work that way. Vincent says, I stayed at Cameo at the end of June, and one night was around $400. Good for FHR. It was the cheapest of the FHR properties in the LA area. Okay, that answers my question for sure. Thank you for that, Vincent. All right, so I have the Delta Stays credit with the Delta Platinum card. That's super easy to use, not a problem at all. The hotel credit with the Sapphire, now it's $100 a year on a $95 card. Pretty good. I was going to get rid of my Sapphire preferred card and just keep my Ink preferred. Now I think I'll probably downgrade the Ink preferred to one of the other Ink cards, because I love me some Ink cash card. I love it. So I think I like it better than the preferred now. And then hotel credit on the Premier card. There have been years I didn't use that. In fact, I think we're probably going to downgrade our Premier card to something else. Maybe try to get another custom cash, because we have the Elite card. That's on Nona's side. So both of those cards are hers. So I think we can probably just stick with the Elite and get rid of the Premier. And then we have the free 85K free night cert with the Ritz-Carlton card. So we've never used that before. We're going to be using it in Hong Kong this fall at the JW Marriott in Hong Kong. So we'll see how that works out. So those are those different annual hotel credits. And I have one more slide, which is other annual credits. Okay. So on these other annual credits, and let's make sure I don't not miss anybody's comments. 36 people on here. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh no, 36 likes, 57 people watching. So that's really, really good. So let's see. When it comes to my other annual credits, on travel, I get a $250 credit on the City Prestige card. That is super easy to use. I mean, anything travel. It's just as easy as the credit on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which they say is the easiest in the game. Well, that's because other people in the game don't have the Prestige. So Prestige is it's equal. That $250 credit, super easy to use. Avis on the AA Executive cards, $120 a year. Sometimes that's a challenge because the AA Executive card has secondary rental car coverage. So I usually use it for a short rental that maybe I'll have less issue with, but I have gotten it every year. But like I said, I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep the executive card much longer. Companion certificate on the AA Globe. Haven't gotten my first one of those yet. So we'll see in the future, but it is something I'll have to track. The in-flight credit, it's dumb. I mean, especially when you have status with American. In-flight credit is dumb. But last time I bought 4 snack boxes and just stuck them in my backpack for later. So that's the food and beverage credit, $100 a year on the AA Globe. Let me see if we have any more comments. I don't think so. Airline credit, American Express Business Platinum and American Express Platinum. So both of those, because I have it here on the list twice. That's probably going to switch to American Airlines, and we're going to use it for lounge passes when I get rid of the executive card. That's kind of the plan right now. The Dell credit, that one is on the American Express Business Platinum, $150 a year. I use that every year. You can't ever have too many good headphones and stuff like that, so I always use that. What did I buy? I think I bought a camera this year, so got $150 back on that. And the splurge credit on the Elite, that always goes to American Airlines. It's $200, super easy to use. It would be just as easy to use with Best Buy, super easy to use. And then there is the travel credit on the Ritz. I just used up the last of that yesterday. I called Ritz. I bought some tickets for next year that, you know, on points, and I had like $130 each in taxes and fees. So I called the Ritz card, and in 3 minutes time, I was issued my credit, no problem at all. So that $300 in travel credit is really easy to use. So my strategy is I use my Ritz card for at least the first $300 of award taxes and fees. and it works out great for that. They never question me on giving me back the credit. All right, so I think that's all of the slides. Those are the credits that I manage. What about you? What are some of the credits that you love to manage, and some of them that are hard to get your money back? If you got a few more minutes, try to go an hour. We're about 50 minutes. So if anybody has any more comments, put them on here. I'd appreciate to see them. All right. Well, those are the ones that I have. Those are the ones that I use. I appreciate everybody being here today, since we're not overly chatty right now. Even though there are still 56 people in here watching, that's a good deal. I did want to extend our thanks to all of the thoughts and prayers that were extended for our family during this very difficult time. Please continue to pray for Nona and think about her. She's going to have a hard time after losing her mama, and so it's been a tough time in our family. And several of you reached out to me and just gave your condolences and your love, and I appreciate it very, very much. It meant really a lot, and I read all those to her, and so thank you so much for that. Coder says, what airports do you normally use the AA lounge passes at, and do rate them above the Centurion lounge? No, I don't rate them above a Centurion lounge. For quality and for food, they're better. I mean, Centurion lounges are better, but what's more important, quality food or no line? And I have never, and I've been in American Air Admirals Club lounges at least 150 times, and I have never waited outside. Never. So, yeah, I go into them at Dallas Fort Worth all the time. Flying the other direction, I go into them at Charlotte all the time. And some others, I've been in the Nashville ones. I've been in them really in almost every airport AA has. And I like the one in Terminal D in Dallas Fort Worth. It's pretty good. The Terminal B one's not terrible. I think it's the Terminal A one that's right at the end down there. It's okay. So I would never say that quality wise they're the best airport lounges, but convenience wise they're awesome. And so are United clubs, and so are Delta Sky clubs. But the problem with Delta Sky clubs is there are lines sometimes. So that's where, to me, United and AA, they really, really win in that way. Mike Newland, what's an upgrade? You don't need to answer. What's an upgrade? Yeah, it's I noticed that, and he was in here earlier, might still be, but Chad's Money Minutes had a little bit on that yesterday in his live about the one who will not be named, who doesn't think these things are an upgrade. So apparently I've got a new designation, the one who will not be named. So pretty funny. Coder says, also, do you use any of the other Built Cash credits? Yeah, I've been buying some Walgreens cards because those just kind of stay. I don't think they expire. So at least I don't know if they do. And I've got several of them. It's just something to use my Built Cash on a monthly basis. I do the accelerator every time I can, and I pay my mortgage with it. So I use the $30 per thousand on that. So that's what I've used. And I've used the hotel one. So plan to use the hotel one again in the next few days for trip this fall. Thank you, Coder. Rob Knopper, YouTube just served me up a Credit One advertisement during this live. I don't think they've quite figured out your audience yet. A Credit One. All right. Well, I guess my ad revenue will be boosted by a card that I would never recommend to anybody. So yeah, that's great. I wouldn't recommend that card to anybody. And that's funny, Rob. Coder, the DFW flagship lounge is pretty great. Yeah, it is. If you're flying overseas in business class, it is really great. It is good. The flagship lounges are nicer than the Admirals clubs for sure. Source King, I could burn through 500 in Resi credits every month. I probably could too, because Nona and I like good food, so we could do that. P-Mart Supermart, good to have you here. Have you been using Pays? No, I haven't gotten into the Pays thing, because the one merchant I would probably use it at would be United, but I just haven't had a reason. I've got so much United Travel Bank still banked up that I just don't have a reason to purchase any United flights. So we'll see. Coder says Walgreens credit have been clutch at the Las Vegas this weekend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be great. I mean, because whenever we're in Vegas, there's a Walgreens everywhere, and you need to pick up little things. Yeah, that would be great. That's great, Coder. Thank you. Rip, flying KLM and Lufthansa business this weekend. Any ideas how their lounges are? I've been to a Lufthansa lounge in Frankfurt. It was okay. It was typical European lounge where serve yourself, drinks and stuff, and buffet line with a lot of European type food. It was, I wouldn't say it was one of the best lounges I've ever been to, but it was certainly par for the course. It was pretty decent. Calder, it's Vegas Golden Knights being sponsored by Credit One hurts me inside. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, Credit One's making money on somebody. I mean, they're not. Mike Newland's commenting. I mean, they're not to the level of the beloved Capital One Platinum that Mike Newland loves. They're not to that level. I mean, they're way below that, right, Mike? Mike says, how do you determine when you're suffering from credit overload versus simply having a well optimized credit card portfolio? I guess it's a subjective emotional thing, but usually I just stop looking at it when I'm feeling that way. And then within a day or two, I'm back into gamer mode and I'm back into wanting to win mode. And so I go back to it then. So that's kind of how it works. Ripka, Lufthansa, JFK, and KLM, home Amsterdam. Yeah, the one Lufthansa lounge I've been in the most is in Detroit because I used to live there several years ago. And when you had the United Club card, it would get you into that Lufthansa lounge. And it was the only Lufthansa lounge in the other terminal of Detroit that's not the McNamara. And so I would go into that Lufthansa lounge all the time. And you talk about a tiny lounge, and there was never more than 3 people in that lounge. It was wild. And I asked them one time, why do you keep this thing open? And they said, well, we keep it open for the Detroit Auto Show every year. I mean, they keep a whole lounge open all year for 1 week because all the executives of all the German car companies fly in on Lufthansa that week. Isn't that wild? So I guess they just let us in the rest of the time just to have somebody in there. Jessica, great question, Mike Newland. Was also wondering if this overview made you want to pare down your portfolio other than the AA executive card. No, and I forgot one. It just struck me. I didn't have anything on there about our Venture X card credit. I forgot that one. So yeah, we might. I mean, the Venture X card we only keep. I am starting to like. I did get the 1,000 points for $10 at Dollar General the other day. So I am liking those offers. But yeah, some of it is hard. Like the Elite card. I love the Elite card, but I don't need the Elite card. I mean, it doesn't give me anything except city nights. But I understand a lot of people love it because on city nights they can do that. They can go to DoorDash, buy gift cards, stuff like that. I mean, but I have the City Prestige, which gives me 5x all the time. So do I need it? No, I don't need it, but I like it. So that's what, Jessica, that's where I struggle sometimes. Are the ones that I don't really have a direct use for, but I just like the card and some of the extra perks, but it is more of a headache. So yeah, it's certainly a factor. Rob says, what Cap One offers have you used so far? See anything good? I did Dollar General last month. I'm supposed to get 15x at Dollar General again for $10 purchase, and I can use it 10 times. And we buy a lot of stuff at Dollar General. We live out in the country, and there's a Dollar General 4 minutes from our house. So we are running in there all the time for milk or whatever. So yeah, if they keep giving me Dollar General, I'm gonna produce 30,000 points a year just on the extra points from Dollar General. I mean, it's awesome. P-Mart, Supermart, never been to Europe. Is it true that there isn't aircon over there? Is that why August redemptions are so cheap? I don't aircon. I feel stupid, but I'm not sure what you mean by aircon. I should know that, I'm sure, but Ripka, so skip Lufthansa and go to Sapphire. Yep. Yeah, I would say that's true. Source King KLM Lounge in Amsterdam is enormous. Oh, haven't been there. I've never been to Amsterdam, so that's on our list. All right, any last comments anybody wants to throw them in quick while I give a special thanks. Air conditioning. Okay, I think of AC, so that's where I got confused. Yeah, some of Europe has air conditioning, some don't. Usually the high-end hotels kind of do most of the time that we've experienced, but we've stayed in many boutiques that do not. So yeah, that's a true estimation. Maybe that's why redemptions are so cheap. That's a good thinking. Air conditioning. Yep. I was thinking AC, aircon. I thought it was convention, like air convention. So I don't know. CSE City Nights plus AA transfer, a backup catch-all. It is that, and it's great for it. All right, I want to thank Coder for 10 Rewards Master memberships. Thank you. And thank Mr. Mike Newland for another 10 Rewards Master gift memberships. If you received one of those, throw in a comment of thanks to them. And I thank both of you so very, very much for that and for supporting the channel. Vincent has been a member for 8 months. And Vincent says, hope you have a happy 4th. I hope you do too. As you had one as well, Vincent. I hope that very much. All right. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in today. And I hope the holiday weekend's gone great for you. Coder says, I would probably use City Nights to buy Amazon gift cards on DoorDash. Yeah, that works. That works. All right. I'm going to log off now. Appreciate every one of you. And hopefully I'll be back on track with some stuff this week. Appreciate you. Thanks.